Ba-da-ba-ba. Woo! Okay. Yep, we're back. All right, we are back. Hopefully, the sound will keep up with us. Hey, Nitro G, Steps 8. Man, not looking forward to jury duty tomorrow. Funny thing is, this is not really the trial. I think trials are interesting. What I think with the problem is just sitting there and waiting. Hey, Stacy, what's up? Whew. Mm. You had a hysterectomy to get out of jury duty. I've had yeah, the selection's the worst part. It's really annoying. Cuz you're just sitting there in a room while a bunch of people argue. And you're like, "Well, that's a trial, right?" Yeah, but this arguing has nothing to do with you. Like it doesn't matter. Not to you. It's just the lawyers of the judge going like they're huddled in that little circle, talking to each other, doing whatever the fuck. The waiting is the hardest part. That's Tom Petty though. That ain't Journey. Well, like I usually am. I usually am like the guy, you know. I'm usually some version of that, you know. You know, is this guy, you know, is this guy guilty or not? I don't fucking, you know. It's just probably not. It's just probably what it's probably gonna be. Is it's almost always like traffic violation. Oh, oh, be still my fucking heart. My interest cannot be held long enough. Now, luckily, those are usually only day trials, but like we're just in I'm just reporting for jury selection. So, like tomorrow, it'll either be done by tomorrow afternoon, or it will fucking be weeks. Fun. Do you, yeah, sir? Do you trust cops? No. Will that affect your judgment on a blah 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 blah? The fair and impartial. I can be fair and impartial and still think a cop is a piece of shit. Yeah. Yeah. um. Fuck it. There's Jim Hamilton. Man, that Lauren Boebert thing. I'm like, what? Don't don't you dare. Don't you dare. I'm tired of having anything in common with these fucking crazy overprivileged white conservatives. I don't want anything in common with them. It's like you're not allowed to go to a Beetlejuice fucking. I'm glad they kicked her out. Like, get the fuck out of here. You ruin it for everybody. You ruin it for everybody just by being here. And now you're acting this way. Now you're acting this way. Now you're doing this. What the fuck? I hate the fact that I'm like, I have to take like the position of like propriety here, because normally I don't give a shit, like I don't give a fuck. But it's one of those like, hey, if you're fucking with you're fucking with everybody else's bullshit, like grabbing a titty's like the least fucking problem with everything. Like she's like taking these flash pictures, and I'm like, bitch, the fuck, the show is on right now. Like, you do that in a movie theater, I'm mad. I fucking would get so fucking angry. I have fucking almost throttled people in a movie theater for doing that shit. And she acts just like all the girls that do it too. Like, there's like a type of really super fucking entitled white girl that does that. That uses a flash in a darkened theater. Fuck you. Yeah. She's doing some shit on the DL. I just laugh at her, and that'd be that. Well, she's Lauren Boebert, so like, I hate that bitch anyway. But like, if it was anybody, you want to play a little grab ass in the theater? Yeah, sure, fine. As long as it doesn't, not my problem. But I'm like, are you in Congress? Have some motherfucking dignity. And I'm just like, I can't even. Like, I'm tired of fucking watching people indulge in the behavior they criticize others for. God. Like, I can't stand it. It just drives me fucking nuts. I'm tired of these Republicans coming in and fucking ruining shit for everybody. It's like Christian rock. Like, the minute, you're not making Jesus cool, you're just making rock and roll worse. Like that kind of thing. Knock it off. And those hell houses. Oh, fuck you. Like, I just come to the conclusion that anytime those people do it, it sucks. Because they don't got no soul. There's no soul in them. There's something, they're just a bunch of fuckos. Just a bunch of fuckos. And I'm tired of this bullshit fucking privileged attitude, man. I'm fucking tired of it. I'm sick of it. I can't stand it. When will Christians make a really shitty TTRPG? Oh, they have. There's got to be like a Jesus RPG out there somewhere. Oh, yeah, they sold their souls to justify their hatred. Yeah, and here's the thing. That's the thing that they need, right? They need to feel better than other people. That's why they do the bullshit that they do. That's why they fucking try to co-op rock and roll. That's why they fucking behave this way. Things have to be exclusive for them. Otherwise, they don't enjoy it unless someone else is suffering. And she's behaving just like all those in that Beetlejuice thing, just like all those assholes at the fucking Monterey Bay Aquarium who like take flash photography in that area that says no flash photography, please, we beg of you. I way preferred the Baltimore City Aquarium's fucking way of dealing with that shit, which is, you're out. No, they will just fucking throw you out. You're just 86th. No, that's it. Use flash photography in the area. We could throw you out. It says right there. Let's go. Bye. Yeah, James Hamlis is like, there is, but it's a LARP and we're all in the middle of it. Yeah, I know. I know, right? Let's see. So this is an interesting question. What hate sync villain had a well deserved death that you feel wasn't satisfying? Oh, there are a lot of them. There are a lot of them. There are a lot of bad guys that I'm like, no, keep killing them. Like bring it back to life so you can kill them again. Something they did in the movie Dead Heat, by the way. Um, oh man, but I'm just sort of like, I don't know if that behavior is going to go over. Lauren Boebert's behavior is going to go over well in Colorado. Know what I mean? Like that'd probably be okay in Florida. Like Florida, I'd be like, oh no, they'll totally elect her next time. But like Colorado, in a race she just barely won last time. Good God. You want to tell me about your cousin's wedding, but there's so much going on. I don't think I can. Oh my God. Yeah, I no, I'm sorry. You just can't make Jesus cool. Jesus is not cool unless you go, hey, it's all cool, man. Like other than that, there's no fucking way. Jesus is just not cool. Yeah, her campaign is like, well, the same guy is running against her again. Yeah, well, like the whole thing was like, if you want to be a crazy, just be a crazy hoe. Okay, sure, fine. Like just don't make it my problem. But when you're a fucking congressperson, that is inherently now my problem. He did make sandals. Yeah, but I mean, like, are sandals really cool anymore? Like, they're comfortable, sure. They make you, they chill you out, sure. But I don't know if that's the same thing. Even now, the seed of darkness germinates within you. Yeah, because someone like mentioned Tim Curry. Uh, he did want everyone to be kind to one another. Oh man. Yeah, but yeah, like I'm the last like 8 years of my life have been systematically watching like these really, really, really conservative assholes just basically like take away everything that I used to love, and I hate it. I hate it. It's it's like going to a like It's like going to your favorite band and seeing nothing but a sea of like fucking baseball hats and fucking beer guts. You're just like, oh, come on, man. Like, really? Everybody? Everybody? Oh, boy. Oh, by the way, Eliza, I did end up watching all of Opal. Well, that was pleasant. Yeah, dysfunction. You're watch a dysfunctional household, the short film. Just horrible things, horrible things. God, and like actually, the other. How did I like it? Oh, it's really good. It is good. Opal is a good like short film. It's just one of those. God damn. Seeing how, but not the Bab 5 anime. Yeah, you're right, because Opal was only like 12 minutes. And we like played part of it before on the stream. We got like halfway through before YouTube shut that shit down. So I was like, well, now I gotta know how it ends. And the answer is not happily. Hey, all right, Ryle, you take care. It's one of those short films. It's all about family bringing you down. Not lifting you up, not helping you out, just bringing you down. Now you're involved in their bullshit, and I'm like, well, that's familiar. Like especially the mom at the end. Holy crap! Like that was a little familiar. No, just has to make sure you're as miserable as she is. My question was always like, why are we doing this? Like and the only answer I can come up with is some people, like I said before, some people just can't enjoy anything unless they're making someone else suffer. Tell me why does it sound so easy to breathe on TV? Misery loves company. I don't know about that. Are you and Horger roommates? Yes, we are, Bronson, right? Easy. And thank you for the donation. Thank you for the donation. Any minute now, that alert will come up. Dun, 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 dun. Any minute. Any minute now. Starting. Yeah, we don't know anyone like that, do we? James Sampson. Fuck. We know too many people like that, dude. We know too many people like that. And I'm like, what? My big question sometimes those people is, what more does life fucking owe you, man? What more does life owe you? Like I understand things don't always end up the way we want, but like remember the good times. Let's have good times, Anytime you make a payment, good times. Oh, man. Oh, God. What are the good times lyrics? Good time. Wait, what? What? No. That's a different good times. We need theme song lyrics. Come on. Yeah, good times anytime you meet a payment. Good times anytime you need a friend. Good times anytime you're out from under. Not getting hustled, not getting hassled. Keeping your head above water. Making a way when you can. Temporary layoffs. Good times. Oh, man. Yeah. Like, yeah, we know a few people where it's just like, man, just stop making people unhappy. I think that worked better for you. But like, no, I think some people just don't get it. Don't get it. God damn it, Gomez. Are you gonna? Oh, good. You figured it out. Okay, good. Oh, and every time I go on TikTok, world's full of them, right? I can't go to my For You page without like, do you want to meet Christian singles in your area? And I'm like, no. What the fuck made you think I wanted to meet Christian singles? It's like, well, it says here, it looks here that you wanna, you spend a lot of time on live Christian TikTok, and I'm like, yeah, because I'm hating. I'm hating because they're all full of bullshit. Yeah, the audacity. Where does the audacity come from? Does that come from the South Pole? Is there like negative Santa Claus or something? Where does it come from? I have no fucking idea. Apparently Florida. Apparently Florida is where all the audacity comes from. Meet Christian singles in my area. Like, no. You fucking kidding me? That sounds like sheer misery. Hi, I believe in Jesus. Awesome. I believe in Satan. What do you want? At least we got that in common. You'd never see meet Buddhist singles in your area. Hell, you probably wouldn't even see meet Muslim singles in your area. Like that would, man, America, that would not go over well. Oh God, yeah. Every time I go to YouTube, I run into a lot of Jordan Peterson still, and I'm just like, fuck this guy. Occasionally, I still get a Joe Rogan, and I'm like, God damn it, Joe, you used to be cool. You used to be cool enough. Now you're just an idiot. And then fucking, although to no one, to not my surprise, fucking what was that? What's that guy's name? Russell Brand is defending Lauren Boebert. Fuck you, Russell. How about just shut the fuck up? What's your favorite horror movie of all time? Howling 2. It's the best. Oh, that one didn't take as long. Howling 2, best horror movie of all time. The best. That movie changed my life. Yeah, Russell Brand like defended Lauren Boebert, and I'm like, shut up, dude. Because it's that whole thing. They're all on that cancel culture kick. And I'm like, look, man, cancel culture was bullshit to begin with. It really is. It really was. You know? You ever fucking, I don't know, well, maybe Weinstein could be said to be really canceled. Like, you go to jail because of it. All right, I'll give it to you. Yeah, Russell Brand likes him a party girl, but I mean, Lauren Boebert, like, come on, man. Like, I don't know how to say it. I was like, come on, dude, you're Russell Brand. I'm sure you were fucking Katy Perry at one point. Like, if we want to talk like caliber, like of insane white girl, like you already hit the mother load. You don't need to be fucking picking up the dregs over here and Lauren Boebert. Yes, Howling 2 is the one with Christopher Lee, and more importantly, it is the one with Sybil Danning topless throughout much of it. You usually get the Asian singles ad. Well, aren't you in Thailand? Yeah, oh yeah, it's probably because you live in Asia. Yeah. Wait, I do have a question though. If you live in Asia, shouldn't that just be singles? Like, isn't that wouldn't Asian just be like the default? One of my thoughts on Eddie Murphy in the Haunted Mansion. It's a movie. He's in it. He's not very good in it. Yeah, he married Katy Perry and then like divorced her over the phone. So I'm not saying that I ever thought Russell Brand was a class act or anything, you know. Like, I don't even know how old Russell Brand is. I mean, I know he was older than Katy Perry. Actually, that brings up a question. How old is Russell Brand? Russell Brand. How old is this? How old is this idiot? Oh shit, he's my age. Russell Brand accused of rape, sexual assaults, and abuse. No shit. Kristen Bell talks about Russell Brand. Forget. Oh my god. Of course. Yeah, I don't think I didn't notice that Russell Brand appeared in one Jason Segel movie and then never appeared in any others. I'm like, yeah, something went down. Yeah, he's not like, well, that was the thing about Russell Brand is like he was always like, it was like he was a celebrity, but he was always just like a B-lister at best. And you're like, well, I mean, like, he's not a celebrity, but like, why are we trying to put him in the A-list? He's never been, he hasn't done A-list anything, you know? He never had like an amazing comedy special. He's never been in a movie everyone fucking saw because he was in it. And Delirious, Eddie Murphy talks about, yeah. No. I get it. I mean, like, my feelings on it are this. Eddie Murphy was in a shitty Disney flick. There you go. That's it. I actually honestly keep forgetting Eddie Murphy was in that. You know, I honestly keep forgetting Eddie Murphy is in that movie because it's not like a movie I have on rotation that I watch. I've watched it once. And that was when Tony asked me in Horror Guru to be in his Haunted Mansion video that had the movie, that featured the movie. So I was like, all right, well, I guess we're going to watch this once. That was it. I never watched it again. Don't really care to. Not that good. Yeah. There was a Haunted Mansion movie that came out earlier this year, but I was just sort of like, I don't care. Oh, he's very famous in the UK. Cool. What did he do in the UK? Like, I feel like there was like a movie that the UK, everyone in the UK saw that the US didn't. Eh, not that I really give a shit. Yeah, Eddie Murphy was a lot of shitty Disney flicks, you know. Just like Ice Cube was in a lot of shitty family pictures. You know, but quick, what was the first major movie the fucking dude was in? Yeah, there's a movie called Blackula. Yeah, there's also a sequel called Scream Blackula Scream. They're pretty good. Well, I'm gonna be honest, Bronson. If I don't think that would have been, I don't think that would have worked. I think that would have been a little. I think that would have been too silly to do that for Vampire in Brooklyn. Like, whether or not they were going to go for straight comedy or not. You know, let's not forget that the real star of that movie is Angela Bassett. And the real comedy in that movie comes from John Witherspoon. If you're like, who's John Witherspoon? He's granddad in Boondocks. He's also of the Friday franchise fame. Come on, let's see if we could. Make you want to slap your mama. Here comes John. Oh, man. Wait, they did a sequel to Forgetting Sarah Marshall? Oh, wait, Get Him to the Greek was a sequel to that? Oh, I didn't realize that. I did not realize that. I was also a little annoyed that Jonah Hill turned out to be a big weirdo, too. Oh, man. Friday, next Friday, and Friday after next. Good times. Oh. Oh, yeah, I didn't realize that. I also didn't see Get Him to the Greek, so yeah, that's on me. Yes. Oh. Oh. Hello. Inside or outside? What dost thou want? Oh, he went outside. Okay. All right. Man, I don't know. Oh man, I don't know what my favorite Friday film is. Fuck. They do kind of blend together. I mean, they are all set only a week apart, so like they do kind of blend together a little bit. Uh I think it yeah, it'd either be the first one or the last one from me. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Jim, what do you think? What's your favorite Friday movie? Would it be Friday or Friday After Next? Because I think those are. I think those are that. That would be. I don't know which one is my favorite out of those two. All I know is it's not the middle one. Didn't they fucking do a house party? Yeah, okay. For Jim's OG, he's like the first one. Didn't they recently do like a house party 3? Sorry, I was thinking of Friday. That took me to House Party. Um, which weren't those both set in Southern California? I can't remember if it was an East Coast, West Coast thing or just something. Because I'm like, I know Friday was set in like that's set in California. That's let's see, House Party. Oh my god. Oh yeah, they did. There was a house party. Came out this year earlier this year. Not very well rated. I do not believe it did not star Kid and Play. That's kind of a problem. Yeah, Friday was set in Compton. That's what I thought. House Party I think was I don't know if that was West that was East that was West Coast too, right? Oh, it was a set in New York. Oh shit. Fuck, I can't remember. I do remember Robin Harris is in the first one. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, they did a remake of Oh, there was a House Party 3. Oh, fuck. Oh shit, you're right. 94 House Party 3. Fuck. Oh, I had Chris Tucker in it. Uh-oh. So, holy shit, there was a House Party 4. Oh, you gotta be fucking shitting me, man. I Huh. All right, so here's the thing about the House Party movies. House Party 1, pretty good. All the others are dog shit. Terrible. Like, I don't think the three original Friday movies, none of them suck. You know, your mileage may vary on next Friday, but like it's all right. You know, it's not bad. Fucking yeah, there was on the floor to the last minute. Alice Party took place in L.A. Oh, okay, so they're both got it. So one's set in like they're both in the greater L.A. area, but one's like but Friday's specifically set in Compton. Yeah, whereas like House Party's probably like in Linwood or something. Yeah, it's like finding out finding out there's like a Wishmaster 4. You're like, what? Really? Yeah, this movie's gonna make House Party look like House Party 2. Oh God, when they said that in fucking Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, I was like, ouch. Ouch. You know? I fucking felt that, you know. This coming from like you can also the other thing I kind of appreciated about it is um Kevin Smith's love of 80s black cinema like comes out in his movies occasionally. Like, you know, this from the guy who didn't know which was gonna be the better movie, E.T. or Crush Groove. Oh. Hey, John, what is up? Oh man, but yeah. We were just talking about really bad like uh party movie sequels. Because we started with start from the top, which was Friday, which are all the Friday movies are good. You know, I the second one's not as good as the first or the third, but like yeah, like they're all pretty good. All right, Dishify. Hey, thanks for the donation, Dishify. Take care. We did find Comet. Yeah, he did reappear. And so we went from Friday to House Party. We were like, House Party's pretty good, but all the other the first House Party's good, but like all the rest of them are terrible. I just kind of wish that oh Sammy Kerr, yeah, talking about Trick or Treat. The man, that movie Trick or Treat, not Trick or Treat, the anthology movie, but Trick or Treat, the Ozzy Osbourne fucking. Oh no, wait, no, we're not even talking about the Ozzy Osbourne one. We're talking about the one where the kid finds the record that brings a dead rocker back from hell. Um, which is not the Ozzy Osbourne one. I don't think. Fuck. There are a lot of movies with the name Trick something or Treat. Oh, like it's the number. There's like at least 5 of them. Speaking of cats, Yeah, the only one of the problems with Wishmaster is they really wrote themselves into a corner. Like they kind of have the same problem that the Warlock movies had, like Julian Sands, rest in peace. Um, which is after the first movie, what do you do? But they made sequels anyway, and Warlock 2, the Sorcerer, is dumb. And it's not in continuity with the first movie at all. It's like, well, we're just gonna take this character and just write something completely different, which was probably a good idea. Because Warlock 2, the Sorcerer, is not that bad. It's pretty good. On the Warlock movie, on that scale of movie, it's pretty good. But then you get Warlock 3, and Warlock 3 is just boring. Yeah, yeah. Like, well, they had that same sensibility to them. And so when you get like to Wishmaster 2, you're like, I feel like we've already run out of ideas. And you get to Wishmaster 3 and you're like, yep, we've run out of ideas. Bruce Payne as the Warlock wasn't a bad choice, but there's just something about he wasn't a bad choice. He even kind of looked a little bit like enough like Julian Sands that you could buy it. The problem is he's not Julian Sands. He's not Julian Sands just going nuts. There was just something about that guy that when he went nuts, it just worked. Plus, he didn't really go nuts in Warlock 3. Like, there's no reason that needs to be the Warlock. And that's a problem. Because, like, he should be the star of the show. Even if he's not, like, the main character, he's the star of the show. He's the heavy. So have him not be the heavy is weird. Because he has very little screen time in that movie. Oh, but yeah, it's not. Ooh. Yeah, you want to talk about like 80s shit that went downhill fast. Highlander. Oh, boy. See, now I'm just sad, James Hamilton. I'm just sad now, Jim. Like, good God. Yeah, watch Wishmaster because of the yeah, of course. But you do get to the end of that, you get to the sequel and you're like, how? Oh yeah, how are you gonna justify this? Oh, we're not. We're just gonna okay. And then they made yeah, geez, yeah. Ghost of her. Yeah. I know which one you're talking about, Bronson. John says, "Don't talk shit about Highlander. You wouldn't have the worst part of Mortal Kombat." Yeah. Well, you're not wrong. Oh my God. Oh Highlander. Oh fucking Mortal Kombat movies. You're just not very good. Although that one they did for Netflix wasn't that bad either. I just I just found myself going like, why do we have to make a new main character? Why isn't he just Scorpion? When we want to make a new character for the movie that really highlights this guy's abilities, wouldn't he be better served just by being Scorpion? And then everyone would be like, hey, that's that guy who played Scorpion. That was really good. Yeah, Mortal Kombat doesn't really need good movies. Rip off, rip. I totally agree. I agree. Yeah, the WB one. Wait, no. There was like a Mortal Kombat movie that came out like not too long ago. Yeah, 2001, 2021. Oh yeah, it was a Warner Brothers joint. Okay, all right. Also, I was of the opinion that if they were gonna like dub over Scorpion's voice anyway, he might as well say "Get over here" properly. Oh, I like the Highland. I like the first Highlander movie. Bruce Payne probably was in a Highlander movie. I know Clancy Brown was greatest Highlander character ever. Kurgan. Yeah, or just make him Johnny Cage, right? You know, like why wouldn't have that worked? Adrian Paul's a better actor. Christopher Lambert. Well, I mean, yeah. What is my favorite part about Halloween the whole month of October? Ladies, it, let's see. Now you got me questioning my faith. I don't know. I just really like it. I like monsters. I like scary things. That's that's pretty much the answer. It's pretty much the answer. You know, like I like scary things. I like monsters. That's it. That's that that's the big thing. All Mortal Kombat has to be is enter the dragon with superpowers. Well, exactly. You know, it's basically game of death already, so not exactly. You know, master fly, you know, the one armed boxer, master flying guillotine, you know, like clearly. Yeah, there was a Highlander anime. Jim, you didn't know that? It's not good. It looks good because it's the same people who did Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust. You know, so it looks good. It's terrible though. It's a terrible story. Right on par with those Bayonetta and Devil May Cry animes. Yep. Pretty bad. Pretty bad. Oh yeah, Highlander anime is so trash. You know, it's really bad. Hell yeah. And now, when you say, "Who is the master?" you will say, "Show enough." Worse than the sickening? Yeah, actually, yes. Yeah, I would say so because at least the quickening has this thing that you would call a plot. I would, yeah, yeah. Highlander the Quickening at least has a story. It may not be very good. No, like even if like that movie had not been like Quickening, if it had not been a Highlander movie, you would at least be like, yeah, that's a movie. You know, I watched it. Some people like it, some people don't. I think it would have done a lot better if it hadn't been a Highlander sequel, by the way. But whatever. How about that Highlander cartoon? Okay, now if you talk about the Saturday morning Highlander cartoon that I think actually got like 2 seasons, weirdly enough. Uh it's no Siegfried and Roy cartoon, tell you that. Oh. Yeah, I would agree that all those movies would be appropriate for Halloween party. You know, I think those would all be pretty appropriate. I am not a big fan of movies at parties though. Um I realize that they are kind of a they're kind of a thing that happens. That they're a part of it. It's not really my favorite part. My favorite part of a party is actually like getting to know people, and that becomes sometimes that gets harder when you're like watching a movie. What I do like is watching fucked up shit. I like watching crazy shit at a party. Um, no, it's not Chuck Norris and the Chuckinators. It's Chuck Norris and the Karate Commandos. It ain't no Mr. T cartoon. That Mr. T cartoon was the best. It wasn't no Rambo cartoon either. Rambo. Like, what? You're making Rambo the cartoon? Okay. John says putting on a good movie is the wrong movie. You find trash. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You find Poultrygeist. That's a party movie. Let's see. Which Tim Burton character do you think would be fun to dress up for as Halloween? Huh. I'm going to go with Margaret Keane. Toxic Crusaders. That's another great, like, that's another good one. That also is good because it's only like, they're only like 20 minutes, you know. Yeah, Evil Bong, like a lot of the full moon movies are pretty good for that because they're like just good enough. They're interesting enough that you kind of watch it, but they're not deep films for the most part. They're not like super deep. So just as long as there's something like fun happening on screen, which a lot of those full moon movies will deliver, um, the great party movies, you could just come in and out and it doesn't matter. Um, there's only been the last time I was like, this one you actually have to watch from start to finish because there it is a proper comedy, and that is Ginger Dead Man 3. That one you kind of have to watch all the way through. Because it just melts your brain. Like, you are dumber at the end of that movie than when you started. That one I recommend. I recommend just in general. I recommend just in general. Yeah, Ginger Dead Man Party, Ginger Dead Man 2 is great because you can come in at any point and rewatch it, and it doesn't matter. Ginger Dead Man 3, however, has a plot. It has a story. It goes from beginning, middle to end. And if you come in after leaving, you're going to miss shit. Sorority babes at the Slime Bowl-orama. That's another great one to just put on. For that matter, Howling 2 is the same way. Like, the plot of Howling 2 is very, very loose. It's really just all about what the fuck am I watching? Elvira, Mistress of the Dark is a lot of fun. There are enough jokes to just keep it going. Plot's not too deep. You might miss something, but Greasy Strangler is another great trash movie where you just put it on and like it. Those who sit from beginning to end with that movie, yeah, you're cut above. You're cut above. Your resistance to trash cinema is much higher if you get through Greasy Strangler. Yeah, I actually really like Howling too. It's very watchable. It's very watchable. It's not. It can change. It'll change your life. Changed my life. Jesus Christ Vampire Hunter. That's another good one. Planet of the Vampire Women. I'm partial to. Eliza says I made the horrible mistake. I had my friends watch Sinister, thinking it was trash. Oh no, Sinister's actually pretty good. Like that one's actually pretty good. Wasn't not my favorite. Never be in my top 10, but like pretty good. And yeah, that is a movie you actually have to watch. Drag Me to Hell. Yeah, I think there's enough. I think yeah, it's that movie's crazy enough that it doesn't matter if you miss the plot. Like you gotta like you want it to be a movie that you could watch in like 5-minute segments and get some entertainment. It's good, but you were traumatized. See, I had already watched Home Movie. Um Home movie is the like indie found footage version of Sinister. It's about two kids that want to eat their parents. And if you see Home Movie, you're going to see a lot of the shit they did in Sinister. Then again, you watched We Are the Flesh with my mom. Well, see, there you go. Oh, We Are the Flesh. I don't know why. I love those close-ups of that dude, the old dude when he's tripping out. Just like, good God. Now, Skinamarink is not a party movie. That'll bring the energy down. Yeah, me and Flashman watched We Are the Flesh, or we tried to. Like, they were playing it at a party, and we were like really into it. But we got to the incest scene, and like people just cleared the room. Me and Flash were like, "What is this a movie?" Like, they're not actually related, like, so we had to turn that one off and fucking watch it on our own time. Skinamarink did put me to sleep. Oh no! Like no, I enjoyed it. I love that. I thought that movie was great. I thought We Are the Flesh is a great movie. Right where the art house meets the grindhouse. I loved it. Yeah, Army of Darkness is a good Halloween party movie. Oh, geez. I don't know about Enter the Void. Like, putting Enter the Void on at a party is kind of like putting on Requiem for a Dream. Let's see. During October, Price is Right should be called Price is Fright. Drew Scary versus Scary Potter. Bill Lugosi versus Boris Karloff. What do you think? Well, I think it should be called The Price is Fright. I agree with that. Yeah, Evil Dead is a better party movie because it's the funniest. It's the one that, well, actually, Army of Darkness is probably the funniest, but like Evil 2 is the most ghoulish. Is Planet Terror a party movie? Kind of. Like, a lot of these movies, back in the day, a lot of clubs would play clips of movies up on a screen without sound. A lot of these movies would have a lot of great clips for that kind of thing. Would Kuzo be considered a party movie? Look, I'm going to be honest. All right. I love Kuzo, but that really depends on the party. That movie, it really depends on the party. Yeah, The Void also would have a lot of greatness for that sort of thing. Hausu is a party movie, yes, because it is just so weird. There's like, that movie cannot calm down. Once that movie gets going, strap in. It's only going to keep coming at you. Wait, Ozzy Osbourne did a Perry Mason song? Hang on. Oh. Huh. I forgot about that one. Serbian film is not a party movie. No, no. Return of the Living Dead, Killer Clowns, yes. Throw the Bone Woman on for a shower. Oh. Oh, man. Throw the Bone Woman on for a baby shower. How dare you? You need to stop. Oh. Oh man. So how you doing, John? Do you want to hop on or are you like tired? I could use a little chat. Inside for a baby shower. Yeah. The Bone Woman. Yep. I don't know if Inside is worse. I think Hussar and the Bone Woman would probably be worse. You can be on for a few. Okay, cool. Let's start that up. Get that ready. Dot, 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 dot. All right, sent off. Meanwhile, in the hills of Bonnie, Scotland. All right. Oh, hey, it looks like we got it. It was nice and perfect that time. What else is now what's gonna go wrong? All right, let me make sure the volume's up. There we go.
See, that's where you fucked up. Is that you invited that spirit of failure into the house by saying what else is gonna fuck up?
Yeah. Well.
So I'll tell you how else this is gonna fuck up. I'm gonna sit here and talk for 3 hours about why the Serbian film is the perfect party movie. First off,
How?
well, see, like you're thinking like party movies got to bring up the fucking vibe, right? Yeah, got to get everyone fucking moving.
No, oh, you're like, no, like what? Like
tonight's a Werner Herzog night, and we're all gonna feel fucking miserable.
Yeah, in the middle of in the middle of a really like swinging party. Yeah, let's put on Fitzcarraldo. I'll fucking, I'll bring up the vibe. I'll keep this going till dawn. You know,
Hey, turn off that house music, you asshole. We're trying to watch a movie.
Yeah, because that's what you want. We're gonna be watching a fucking movie about a guy getting a boat over a mountain. You know, now here's the thing. Amazing film. I'm not sure that's gonna like help you pump up the jams.
Midway through a fucking like Werner Herzog party, like someone like hands you ecstasy, and you're like, ecstasy? That can't possibly exist in a universe such as this.
There is no joy in the universe.
What are you? This is gonna make me feel good about myself for what?
I'm trying to imagine, like, look, I'll be really honest. I did go to a party and someone was playing Requiem for a Dream, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Look, I came to this party to do drugs, and you're fucking ruining the vibe.
Yeah. You're ruining the vibe, man. Like, if you just want, like, I'm like, look, no, there are only two parts of that movie that work for a party. Two parts. One, Jennifer Connelly on that little the horse toy. And two, ass to ass. Those are the only scenes that are good for a party. Everything else is just gonna make you hate everything that brought you to the party to begin with. Like, you're gonna feel bad about yourself.
Oh no shit. Like I question why people have Requiem for a Dream in their collection ever.
Oh, it's a fantastic movie. I just don't know how many times I want to watch it.
Yeah, but here's the thing. You've seen it once, right?
I've seen it a couple times, actually. Yeah.
But you've at least seen it once.
Yes.
Why the fuck would you ever want to watch that again?
Oh, dude. It's weird. Like, I could watch Serbian film a couple times.
Of course, it has character.
Well, it makes me okay. Here's the thing. It makes me feel bad for being a male that has sexual drives, but what else is new?
Well, you should feel bad, sir.
It's called Serbian film, not Herbian film, okay?
Yeah, exactly. You know,
yeah. Look, Requiem for a Dream is one of those, dude. You're just making everybody feel bad with this one, you know?
You're like, you do know I have depression, right?
Yeah, well, you do know that this is like a potential. Look, I gotta be real honest. There ain't no such thing as a person who does ecstasy that don't have depression, because that's why you fucking do it. You're like, oh, I can feel joy again.
Oh, you're saying that like occasionally doing drugs such as ecstasy, LSD, or mushrooms occasionally a good antidepressant?
Yeah. It is. The only problem with ecstasy is it works a little too well until it stops, and then it stops working.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, but like that's over a period of time.
Oh, okay, cool.
You know, like, I mean, if you do it like once or twice in your life, you're not gonna, you know, I gotta worry about it. You know, if you do it every month for like 5 years, it'll stop working on you. You know.
Oh man, that's sad.
Yeah, it is. It is. But I mean, but in that way, it's anti-addictive.
Well, yeah, it's like for me, it's like with LSD, where it's like,
no, acid always works.
Oh, acid always works, but it's definitely one of those
always work on you.
But the thing is acid is definitely one of those things where it's like it's an event drug. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, like that's like. I hate to make this comparison, but I think it'll get it across. Acid's like Disney World, and it's like Disneyland. Even if you
Yeah.
go every week, it's still it's still an event.
The Haunted Mansion is still there.
Yeah. 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 Can you get immune to acid? No. But here's what
No.
can happen. You can get so tired that you just pass out.
Yep. For 5 minutes. And then you're right back up.
Yeah, let me put it this way. There's only so much acid you can do in a week.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
if you
like,
give
as much
yourself
as,
time to recover, you can always do it again.
yeah. Uh, this might just be me, but with the thing with acid is like, you're signing up for a trip that is going to last minimum 16 hours.
Yeah.
I I will fist fight anyone who thinks that edibles are shit if they haven't done acid. Because it's like, here's the thing.
Wait, there's they make
Oh, there's some people
wait,
that think edibles like make you trip, which like sort of, but not really.
well, it's way you can't compare the two.
Well, see, these are
One
people that have
is
never done acid.
yeah, like being edibles is one thing. Like but it is nothing
No.
compared to LSD. LSD is the difference between the Haunted Mansion and Hollywood and fucking Hollywood Horror Nights, Universal Horror Nights.
Mm-hmm.
They're related, they're a little similar, way different. You would never mistake the two if you experience them.
Yeah, like edibles is like being on the ride at Haunted Mansion. LSD is like being lost in a scare zone.
Yeah. Like LSD is like, well, good luck.
But when I try to like warn people about this, and I get told that that I make it sound scary, and like, I don't know, maybe it's because I've been around you for a little too long. But like, I'm like, no, they should be afraid of it. They should know what they're signing up for.
Because there's you will be encountering parts of your psyche, and you gotta be up for it. You gotta resolve yourself to it. It's the you walk into a haunted house going, this is gonna be scary, even if like there's no chance anything is gonna go wrong and you're gonna get hurt.
Right.
No chance whatsoever. Unless like you run into a wall or something, like
right.
The drug itself is not going to do anything bad to you. However, you may see things that are scary and uncomfortable, and you have to just be resolved to it. You have to because it's all about how you face it.
Yeah.
Like everyone's like, oh, don't look in the mirror. And it's like, why?
Why not?
I'm gonna look in the mirror now. I gotta see what happens. Bloody Mary gonna come out of there? Am I gonna start talking to myself? And it's like, okay, I am talking to myself, but like it's the same. I need to talk to myself, and it's not like it's not significantly different than me talking to myself in a mirror under normal circumstances. Now it just has meaning, man. Like your face, you watch your face like kind of warp and melt a little bit, and you're like, this is meaningful, dude. And then someone has to come in and rescue you from the mirror, not because you're in danger, but because other people gotta take a piss.
And it's rude to like end a conversation.
Yeah, don't bogart the mirror, man. Like, come on. There's other people want to face the abyss.
But like, I get accused of it, like me making it sound scary, and I don't know. I just want people to understand, because the worst thing that happened to you is you try this shit because you think you want to try it, and you're not ready to face your subconscious
Yeah,
thoughts
you're
that you
you're not you're
have.
not ready to face that. I knew one guy that like he flipped out. I've watched one guy flip out. And it
Yeah.
wasn't even that bad, but he did disappear into the wilderness. And I was a little worried for him, but I saw him the next day.
He came back.
He came
Yeah, he's
back,
fine.
but it was like, man, how do you deal with the demons talking to you? It's like, well, what do they look like? It's like, why does that matter? I was like, well, we talking like when I see the hot demons or the ones that are just trying to fuck with you? Because like there are two different ways of dealing with that. It's like, well, what are the two different ways? Like, well, if they're hot demons, you find a place where you can rub one out real quick. But you got to remember, on acid, that's going to feel like a long time, and if you're not careful, it becomes a long time. So there definitely has to be a moment where you're like, yeah, we're not finishing. We need to go do something else.
This show, we are in the third chorus of Freebird, and this thing ain't ending.
This is not we're not anywhere close to the ending. You know, forget it. Zip tight, just deal with walking around with a perpetual hard on. You know, it just happens. Or if they're fucking with you, tell them to call back. Like you're doing shit, and if they're not going to be helpful, you don't got time for this. You know, like, oh my God, it's demons. No, there's just your ancestors. What do I do? Tell them to call back. They're just being jerks. You know?
I, like, look, I, I, I'm not saying everyone should, but I am saying maybe once.
Yeah, I
Do it with
recommend it. I
friends.
recommend everyone do it once with friends, people you trust. You know, people you think are going to help you have a good time.
Definitely don't do it alone unless like you're an experienced traveler. And even then it's suspect.
Let me put it this way: I did not start the solitary trip until I was in a group trip. And then I just went farther than anyone, went off in a different direction than everybody else because they all started turning into goddamn chipmunks.
I
I
hate
didn't
when they
want
do
to talk to
that.
chipmunks. I thought they were chipmunks are annoying, so I had to get out of there. You
We
know,
we had a tripping party over at my place, and like the group was sitting around a table like doing like painting, coloring, shit like that, which is fine. I think you should set up
oh
a
yeah,
trip activity set,
totally.
but I wasn't feeling it, so I went upstairs to listen to music. Man, let me tell you, I I thought my first ego death was crazy. This one, I was so fucking high. I convinced myself that God isn't real because I am God. And I am floating on a nimbus of like technology and knowledge that's floating through the universe. I also got so high I fucking pissed myself because I didn't get up to use the bathroom. Like,
That's the moment where you come back down to earth. It's like, handle that one, God. You pissed yourself. How's that? How's that? How's that godlike powers for you? Can't even get to the urinal. Yeah, right. Yeah, all powerful piece of shit. You know,
for me, I was like the peak was over, and I was like, oh god damn, that was intense. And then I was like, why are my shorts wet? I think I pissed myself. Well, congratulations, you just pissed yourself. Now what? Well, now we're gonna take a shower and like put things together, but we're gonna do it with grace and dignity.
I'm gonna take off my underwear, get a new pair of underwear and new pair of pants. I'm gonna put these in the laundry basket at the bottom.
Mhm.
at the bottom, so it's not
To
too much
hide
of a
her shame.
problem. Yeah,
Yeah,
hide
and
shame. Oh my God. So like, yeah, yeah,
Anyways,
that all's happened. Actually, I've never pissed myself.
really?
Really,
Oh man,
really.
I, I, I was so fucking high. I was sweating like a lot while listening to this music and fucking dancing and shit. It may have just been sweat, that much sweat, but I was pretty sure.
Yeah, I mean, I've done a lot of other dumb stuff, like been in a room for like a half hour with Dancing Queen playing on a loop. Although one thing everyone's always tries to get you to do, and I'm just gonna tell you, no, don't.
Yeah, let's talk about the shit you're supposed to do while tripping that
Watch
I
the
hate.
Pink Floyd's The Wall. Don't, don't do that.
It's not, no,
That's
it's
that's that you want to feel you want to have a good time. Like, and like, let me put it this way, even like sober, if you've seen that movie, that movie's not a good time. It's
yeah.
it's awesome, it's great. I could watch it again and again, but I don't feel like acid enhances that film at all.
If you want to watch something with trippy fucking visuals, just watch Phantom Toll Booth like every other fucking person in the world. You'll get all the good feelings and it'll look amazing in front of you.
Yeah, yeah. Another thing that's really good, that's pretty good on acid, is any decent episode of Power Rangers.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do us a favor, not anything with Lord Zed. Make sure it's pure Rita Repulsa where dumb shit is happening. Where it's like, I can't stand the sound of people eating, so I'm going to make a pig monster to eat all the food on Earth. And then a pig, voiced by Bryan Cranston, appears on the screen and goes, yummy, 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 yummy.
And then starts eating everything.
And it starts eating everything. And oh my God, Megazord powers. You're like, what the fuck? Okay, yeah, whatever. I don't care.
Yeah, don't watch the fucking wall. Also, don't let anyone convince you to watch Wizard of Oz, but with Dark Side of the Moon.
No, like, come on, man. I can't even listen to Dark Side of the Moon on acid itself because it's so slow. It's
But
so slow.
but yeah, so you got that fucking album, which I like, but it's not one of the best Pink Floyd albums.
Yeah, that's not gonna amp things up. Like that's the thing you put on. I don't know, but I gotta be honest. I don't know why you would want to listen to that on acid. It just goes on forever.
It's a
It
good
already
album.
goes on forever.
Yeah. But imagine you're listening to that album while also watching The Wizard of fucking Oz. And the entire time you're sitting there and like, fucking aliens are visiting your consciousness or some shit. There's some weird fucking dude being like, dude, it totally fucking goes together. Dude, look at it. Look.
Yeah, and you're like, no.
Shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up. No, it doesn't. It does not go together except that is your brain trying to put two things together that do not go together.
No, it's stupid.
Yeah.
It has never fucking worked. I'm tired of old hippies trying to convince us it did.
Well, it's like what fucking fucking Bill Hicks said. Yeah. Oh, you should totally go to miniature golf. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's exactly what I need to make this peak.
I'm sitting here trying to witnessing my full evolution. I'm just a little fish looking for water. But yeah, let's go fucking play black light mini golf.
Oh. Like now, I'll be honest. There's only one reason you want to do that. There's only one thing that could happen that would make that worthwhile, which is watch someone lose their shit. If you're a blacklight miniature golf and someone loses their shit, that is worth the price of admission, because it is hilarity.
Shit, he's gonna beat the hell out of that clown.
Yeah. Yeah. Because then you just be like, hey, remember the time Charles fucking lost in miniature golf?
that clown had it coming.
Yeah, clown had it fucking coming, like you ever watched the guy tried to grab Tinkerbell off the story time ride in Disneyland,
While screaming, you cheating whore.
You goddamn whore, what the fuck? Like I'll see you, Tinkerbell.
But you notice, like, every time someone makes like one of these things you have to do while tripping, it's usually by someone who's never fucking tripped in their life.
Yeah. And oh god, another one of them is drop acid at Disneyland. I'm like, Disneyland is terrible for me on a normal basis. I do not want to fucking waste drugs on that. Plus, I know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna be the guy who loses his shit. I'm the guy losing his shit. Like fucking like if I hook up with, and it's not gonna happen, but like if I hook up with like Evil Queen, it's gonna be okay. But no, what's gonna happen is I'm gonna run into fucking Cinderella or Ariel or some shit. And I'm going to just start screaming. And I'm not going to know why. And you could be like, Jack, why were you fucking screaming? I have no fucking idea. It's like you were talking about witches or something. I'm like, yeah. Fucking, and then Disney security's going to come after me. And then I got to get scares. Because now they know. And I'm going to go into the enchanted tiki room, steal some guy's Dole Whip, and then run into Indiana Jones like it's real life.
Yeah, and nobody was...
that sounds way more awesome than it is.
Yeah, nobody wants to go to Disney jail.
No, you don't want to be tripping to go to Disney jail. Good God. That sounds horrible. Like Disney thugs coming at you, Goofy following you with a big club. Like no.
Pluto biting your ass because he's still a fucking dog.
Yeah, because he's some fucking. He's got rabies and shit. Like you don't know what those kids in those costumes are carrying. You
ever think about how fucked up it is that
you could have Disney AIDS? Like
I think they sell those at Main Street. You ever think about how fucked up it is that Goofy and Pluto are both dogs, but only one of them wears a collar and has to act like a dog? What the fuck is up with that? See, that's shit that you would think about while tripping.
Yeah. Well, like here was the thing. Like everything was always okay until Pluto and Goofy showed up in the same cartoon together.
Yeah, it was a little weird.
Yeah. And you gotta think, I'm assuming that like also isn't Goofy married to a cow?
No.
Like literally?
No. His wife is dead because well,
that's a downer.
It's Disney. Someone's gotta die.
Imagine having your paperwork checked by Aladdin.
Imagine being frisked by fucking by fucking Roger Rabbit.
You got to worry about me trying to put the moves on Jasmine. That's what you got to worry about. I'm not saying I'll get anywhere. I'll get arrested. But
Gaston being your booking officer.
Oh my God. No, with me it'd probably be LaFoe. They'd give me LaFoe. They're not gonna send their A-listers after me.
No one fucks up like Jack. No one stacks like Jack.
No one tries to jerk off on Jasmine just like Jack.
Like Jack.
Oh my God. No. it would no. Every time someone's like, "Yeah, we tripped acid at Disneyland," I'm like, "You're a moron."
Ow.
You know, like I just no.
Then you had weak shit. I,
Although,
hold on. Hold on. We have to talk about this one. A guy convinced me he pisses tequila, and yeah, don't be drunk and high. What the fuck? What the? Hold on. Hold on.
oh
What
wow,
what the actual fuck?
damn,
like, like
damn, you must have been wasted.
I, I'm not gonna judge you for what you
I've
do,
done
and
crazy shit, so yeah, I'm not judging either.
I, I've I have caught another person's breast milk from across the table as they squirted it into my mouth. All right, not judging, Just curious as like what the thought process was there. like, what, are you just so fucked up that it made complete and total sense? Like, well, obviously he's been drinking tequila, so when he pees, it's gonna be tequila. It hasn't been properly filtrated yet.
Well, except isn't that what your kidneys and liver do?
Oh, right. See, that was the step that was not thought about in between there.
I mean, I just well, whatever,
Did it? Sorry, I have to ask for my own curiosity. Did it actually like taste a little bit like tequila? Because
Yeah, actually,
I
I am a
mean,
little curious.
it's, no, do not. You know what? It depends. It'll be all right. Don't eat shit, kids.
That just
I'm not gonna. I'm not
stream
gonna
is
kink
not for
shame.
children.
No, it's not. But don't eat shit out there. Like I know you fuckers out there with your scat and your fucking scat fetish.
All right,
Stop
with
it.
that, I'm gonna go pee. I'll be
Yeah.
right back. I don't
All
need to
right.
be
I'm.
here for the poopy section. I'll be right back.
Don't eat poop. Don't engage like sexually with poop either. That's just gross. I'm not kink shaming, but for that one I am. I'm kink asking why. How's everyone doing out there tonight? Sorry, I brought poop. Oh, wait, yes, that was the process. It tasted like something. It's all right. I don't understand scat fetishes. Yeah, like whenever someone talks about fetishes or anything like that, and they'll be like, "Ew, I don't understand it." Like, "Ew, it's gross." Like, you know, talking about like specifically like anything to do with like feet or armpits or anything like that. Like, I just feel like I have to say, like, you eat ass, poop literally comes out of there. John, you hear about Chris Cole on acid in the cage? I did hear about that. I can't imagine trying to fucking pro wrestle while tripping. I that that doesn't compute. Doing fine, doing good. All right, cool. But correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't Chris Colt like Kevin Sullivan's tag partner for a hot minute? If that's the case, then that explains the reason why he tripped acid and fucking wrestled. Drawing a lot to improve your art. Well, that's the one way to do it. Most fucked up thing I did was hook up with a scare actor who looked like the creeper in a cornfield. No, that's not fucked up. That's goals. You did the right thing. No, you did the right thing. I mean, hopefully you're of age. Otherwise, you know, god damn it, once again. But, somehow I'm being more problematic than Jack tonight. Speaking of artists, you asked earlier if getting high might enhance your artistic side. Um like with most substances, it's one of those things where it's like, if you're talking about LSD, I've seen people be able to do it. Some people who are artists can't do it when they're high, so I don't know if it will help. But if it does help, it's going to help immensely.
You know what I just realized?
And that's why you shouldn't put shit in cuts, because that's how you get sepsis.
Yeah, that's how you
Anyways,
get sepsis, kids. Don't do that. You know what? Also, don't fucking be a 90s pop sensation who
ever.
beats his own wife. I'm talking about Bobby Brown. Because while I was out there, I was humming My Prerogative to
It's my
myself.
prerogative.
I was like, yeah, that was a pretty good song. Too bad Bobby Brown's a piece of shit. Wife
Man,
beating piece of shit.
man, it's so fucking, oh, it's so
Now,
hard
don't get
having
me wrong. I could see why, if you're married to Whitney Houston, the thought may cross your mind. But,
crack is whack, Jack. Crack is whack.
like, at that point, look, all I'm saying is that Bobby Brown was way over the edge that Johnny Depp walked right up to. He fucking ran right over that shit. So if you think fucking Johnny Depp is bad, and I'm not saying he isn't,
Because he is.
Bobby Brown was way worse.
Oh, no shit. Bobby Brown was the original Johnny Depp. I feel like people forgot.
Yeah, the only reason Ike Turner wasn't is nobody cared who the fuck he was.
Well, Ike tried that shit and Tina put his ass in his place. What's love
got to do?
Got to do with it?
Well, like, Tina Turner was cooler than Ike Turner was ever gonna be.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah, she was Tina Turner, god damn it.
Yeah.
You know. Oh man, when people were like, I don't understand why people care Tina Turner, I'm like, you shut your goddamn mouth. You do not come on to Beyonce's internet and fucking say that shit.
Excuse me? Tina Turner ran so that Beyonce can walk.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, hell yeah. Come on.
Tina Turner was aggressively black. Like James Brown was.
Oh yeah, she was. Holy crap. That's what made her awesome.
Hell yeah. And she did work her ass off. You know how hard she worked her ass off? She was like a 50, 60-year-old woman still fucking doing shows.
Exactly. Like she was already like in her 40s by the time she was world famous.
Exactly. And it ain't like a fucking shitty, no offense to anyone that hears this, but we all know it's true. It's not like a shitty Ozzy Osbourne concert or fucking Guns N' Roses concert where you're like, oh man, you really do look 40.
I would go with Guns N' Roses on that more than Ozzy. Well, maybe Ozzy. Let me put it this way: Ozzy's like, I can't do any more tours. It's like it's cool, man.
We get it.
It's cool, man. Like we were always kind of afraid you were gonna like just croak on stage. So if you want to do that at home, cool.
But Tina Turner's fucking dancing, and I ain't talking about like fucking little Backstreet Boys dancing.
Oh no! She's Janet Jackson dancing through most of it.
Give it 110% the entire fucking time, seemingly the entire fucking time. Go look up some Tina Turner shit if you don't know why we're fucking sad that she's gone. God damn it.
GoldenEye, okay?
GoldenEye. Fucking GoldenEye.
Such a good fucking Bond song. One of the best.
GoldenEye is like one of those weird things that I think it gets remembered more because of the things associated with it and not the fucking movie.
Yeah, because the GoldenEye movie's good, but like
it's all right.
It's
It
not. I mean, let me put it this way. Good thing congratulations on remaking Goldfinger. It's good stuff.
well, it's definitely the best of the Pierce Brosnan set.
Oh
That's
yeah,
not saying much.
which pisses me off because it's a good movie, but I was like, oh man, if this is where we go, Pierce Brosnan, this is gonna be the best. It's gonna be the best yet to come, and then it didn't.
Tomorrow Never
And then
Dies.
Tomorrow Never Dies, and you're like, went from Tina Turner to Madonna. Why did we do that? I mean,
Wait,
I'm not saying
this Bond villain is creating like natural disasters and wars to sell more newspapers. You made Rupert Murdoch a Bond villain.
and the problem is this. It was like when they were trying to make tech bro billionaires like supervillains. And I was like, I'm not saying they aren't this evil. In fact, they are. The problem is this is the thing that they think they are.
Yes.
And we're not afraid of them. We just hate them.
Case in fucking point, the muskrat.
Oh God, yeah.
Nothing but loathing. I honestly want to thank Elon Musk.
I want to thank Elon Musk for no longer having a mohawk. Thank you. Thank you. Never have one again.
I want to thank Elon Musk for finally proving that we actually don't need billionaires and they're actually a leech upon society.
I can't believe Elon. That whole thing where it's like, why did you buy Twitter? And it basically comes out it was because it made his daughter trans, in his words. I'm like,
honey,
okay.
That ain't how this works. Like, honey, your daughter was trans to begin with. Or, had some things change in her life. You destroying Twitter is not going to stop her from being trans and is not going to stop her from hating your guts.
Yeah, because like, you're a piece of shit whose family's entire wealth is built on,
misery,
slavery.
Yeah, like make no mistake about it. Elon Musk's entire wealth is built on top of just human misery.
Yeah. All those like stories about like, African diamond mines. That was his family.
Yep.
Because you thought, you convinced yourself that it's like, oh, it's a whole bunch of people doing this. And then you look back at the history and you're like, yeah, a whole bunch of people working for one family.
Everybody knows South African.
Yeah, like, so when they're like, Elon Musk is a fucking African American, I'm always like, okay, so should Elon Musk repent for his family and him benefiting from slavery? Well, everyone commits like, I'm like, no. Him. Because we know that's like, dude, motherfucker, like, you got to understand when we're talking about like slavery and Elon Musk and exploitation of people in Elon Musk, we're not talking like theoretical. We're not even talking like 100 years ago. Like, we have Calvin Candy in the act.
Yes.
Like that level. And then people still want to make excuses. That's how I know that all these like Jesus guys are just full of shit. I was like, slavery. You're making excuses for slavery.
Well, see, that's the thing. you think like, oh, they like, obviously the Bible says that slavery is bad, right? It should. Nope. Actually endorses it, tells you how to fucking make a slave yours forever by biblical code.
Yeah, like, in fact, white evangelical Christianity, the whole reason it exists is to help defend the institutions of slavery.
Yep.
That's why they have the power. That's why everything. And so I know that they're not going to fucking say white people, people should repent over this, because you you can't, their entire livelihood is based off of pandering to those people. So they can't say bad things about them. They can't make them feel bad about things that are actually important. They might give their money to somebody else.
So I'm white. So what I'm about to say is I need you to understand this coming from a white person's perspective, not a person of color. So correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think that every white person should have to repent for the crime of slavery, but I definitely think a lot of white people should stop acting like it didn't exist or that it doesn't continue to still happen.
I actually am of the opinion that unless you come from a line of abolitionists, you probably should.
I, well, the reason why I say that is like it's not so much again, white person. It's not so much that like that we don't like. It's not that we continue to. How do I put this? White people benefit a lot from the fact that we had slaves, and like we basically enslaved a lot of people all across the world. Like it's the whole reason why white people are in positions of power. So yeah,
colonization. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, like, so and we destroyed cultures doing that shit, like smashed them into fucking pieces doing that. So yes, white people need to understand that we have done some fucking terrible things. But I don't need you to be like I don't want you to be sorry. I want you to be proactive. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like,
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. It's
like,
just how to put it. The biggest problem with tackling this problem has been segregation
yes.
in all of its forms.
Yes.
That, because, how to put it, if your granddaddy was okay with you like going to school with black kids, we wouldn't be having these problems right now.
Yes. And also, maybe you should stop, like, maybe that generation should stop acting like they ended racism when it's, when you're in the picture chasing out black people from your school.
Exactly.
Like,
Well, it's like I was saying, like the big thing is that some people can't feel good unless they're knocking someone else down.
yeah.
They can't feel good unless someone suffers. That's what it's what it all comes down to.
And yeah, and that's the thing that like God, we're getting into the weeds on this one, but fucking I don't care. That's the reason why like so many like working class white people, like they hate billionaires, they hate the ruling class, they hate their fucking bosses, they hate the assholes who make all the decisions, they think they're all fucking idiots. But like there's a chunk of them that when they start talking about the racism, like, well, listen, it's not our fault that these illegal immigrants came and took your jobs, or it's not our fault that they let them into the schools with your kids. It's their fault, and you should be mad at them. Like, you can, like, if you can convince the lowliest of racist white men that he's still better than a black man, he will vote for whatever you say.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. It's weird. Like, even to the point where it is bad for them.
Yes.
Like that's the craziest. That to me is the craziest part, which is, all right, so if you let go a little bit of this racism, here's the upside for you. And it could be, and it is, and sometimes it is, in fact, financial.
Yeah.
No. Wait, you saying no to... You would rather be racist than have more money?
Yes.
What the fuck? Like, I don't... What do you do at that point?
I well, I mean, for me, like, because I've been in this situation before, and it's just like basically you gotta. Some people aren't ready to hear it and to
Oh,
receive
it's
it.
beyond not ready.
Yeah, like they're not ready to receive that knowledge. So you just got to be like, look, I understand that you think this way, and no matter what I say, you're going to hold on to this because it's literally the only thing that makes you feel like the tiniest bit of importance is the fact that you're white and that makes you better than other people.
Yeah.
But when you figure out that that line is bullshit, I'm more than ready for you to come back and we will have a conversation.
Yeah. Well, actually, what's really bugging me is there are a lot of people that think if we just have the conversation, everything will be
No,
no. No, there
no.
are some conversations that are not worth having,
Yeah.
you
No,
know, because you're
I
not
100.
talking about someone's casual racism here.
Yeah.
You know, we're talking about people who scream the N word out of nowhere.
People that have a lot of swastikas tattooed on their body and they're not
Yeah,
Hindus, you know?
people who when they are mad at another white person will call them a spick or an N word.
Yeah.
You know,
People,
like it's just like what? And that's when you
people,
realize it comes from a place of hatred because
yes.
they know that person's not black. They know they're not Hispanic. They're just trying to call them the worst thing they can imagine. And that's what they come up with.
Or calling other white people race traitors because we don't cotton to their racist
Yeah,
bullshit.
yeah. And it's like, it's one of those things where it's like, I don't know what to tell people, but every time a white person says race traitor, in fact, just saying race traitor, by the way,
Mm-hmm.
is one of those, yeah, this is why you don't have, why other people have community, but you have this.
Yeah.
You know, like, is there ethnic prejudice in other communities? Fuck yeah, of course. Of course. But
Yeah.
it's not the same.
Well, like it queer culture. Let's
Okay,
talk about
all right.
something that we share. Queer culture. In queer culture, we understand like while while we do like degenerate stuff, we also understand that we have to be a community. Whenever you see another very obvious queer person in an area, or you see like a large group of queer people in an area,
Mm-hmm.
you kind of instantly like tension kind of falls off of you. Why? Well, it's not because like you all agree and you're all like best friends or anything like that, but it's like, oh, okay, if there's a lot of us here, then that means that like I don't have to like I more than likely will not have to deal with the day-to-day bullshit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I could just relax a little bit, you know.
Yeah. Like that's that like that's you can build communities that way. White people, especially the ones that are that far fucking gone, the only community they have is with other hateful bigots.
Yeah.
And it's just like it breeds an aura of like just absolute like I want to say conspiracy, but I feel like it's like paranoia
It
that
it
you
builds
have to live in.
paranoia and an entitlement.
Yeah. And it's like they don't understand like why their old tricks aren't working as well as they used to. Why they're the only ones that believe in those old tricks, while everyone else is kind of like refuting them. Like
Yeah.
Jack, I don't know if you saw the fucking news about what happened in Tennessee like 2 weeks ago. We just elected our first trans
Oh, I did
state
not.
senator. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Actually, I did hear about that. Yeah.
Yeah. We just like our
That
first
just felt like forever ago because internet time.
Well, it's been a fucking terrible, like horrible couple of weeks, but we like Tennessee has elected their first openly trans senator. We've also, like, Nashville elected a staunch progressive mayor in a landslide. So what like so what am I trying to get at with this? What I'm trying to get at is there are more and more people that, while they may not be full on leftist, they are tired of racist and bigots running shit.
Yeah.
You can
Because at the very least, they've started to realize it's bad for them.
Well, yeah. I mean, for fuck's sake, let me ask you a question. You're completely apolitical, but you have to make a choice. You can either make a choice between Alexandra AOC,
okay,
or Lauren Boebert.
Oh, AOC every time.
And I give you like all the information on all their recent like controversies, shit like that. One person's controversy is that she lives in New York and she was formerly a bartender. The other one recently gave a handy at a fucking Beetlejuice play. And she's the one screeching about parental rights, family first, and anti-LGBT shit.
Yeah. Like, look, all I'm saying is that I'm not saying it's a bad thing to have given a lap dance and then become a congressman.
Oh, absolutely
but
not.
Maybe don't do that while you're a congressman.
Well, I don't even give a shit if you fucking like if.
Well, I mean, I'm not talking like in the privacy. I'm like privacy of your own home is one thing, right? Whatever. Right. But you're doing this in Beetlejuice the musical.
The whole being dead thing does not really get my dick, at full mast, if you know what I mean.
Well, like, for me, it really just comes down to, like, if I was doing anything at a Beetlejuice, the musical thing, and I saw Lauren Boebert doing it, I would stop. Like, I would stop immediately and feel bad about myself.
And it's like, it's always like, here's the thing. I don't give a shit if you fucking are blowing someone while watching Spy Kids 7 in a theater. Okay, cool. But if you're doing that, I would really appreciate if you would stop calling everyone that's not you either a groomer or a pedophile or some of the fucking variations.
Yeah.
I just want consistency. Is all I'm asking.
Like, I will say one thing, like, if Lauren Boebert offered me a blowjob, I would definitely say no. I would definitely say no. I was like, no, I don't need whatever you have spreading on me. I would let fucking. I'd say it was a good one. Nah, I can't think of it. It's like I'd say like AOC, but that's not even a contest. That's no. It's not even a contest.
I'd rather let the corpse of Dianne Feinstein that they're rolling out in the fucking Senate.
I would rather accept a blowjob from Dianne Feinstein then. And I hate Dianne Feinstein. And so we're talking like relative. We're talking about there is moderately less disgust. This is all relative. Neither of them make the grade, but like, a D- is better than an F.
Yes, but Jack, I'll stop. I'm not going to let you speak ill of the dead.
Oh, is Feinstein dead?
I mean,
we're all waiting.
In all the ways that are important, she is.
Oh, got
Does
a
she still have a
storyteller's like
heartbeat?
Jack walking in through Indiana Jones going, "Okie dokie, Mr. Jones." No, 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 that would not be me. I'd be running into that ride. It's like, okay, fuck you. Take this. Cover your heart, Indy. Fuck you. Crystal Skull's a piece of shit. Like Dial of
Grabbing
Destiny, my ass.
grabbing some poor fucking cast member. Come on, Indy, we're gonna make it through
This
this.
is what they're trying to do to you. This is who they think you are.
Hey, tell me, where do you keep the golf shoes?
Where are they? Where are they? Fucking
Now, great story, but we'll never get into Disneyland again.
Oh no, that would
Which I know
I
would
would
break
it
break your little
breaks my
black heart.
breaks my heart. See, the thing is the only way I would step into Disneyland again at that point, if they were like, "We want you to give this speech at Disneyland," and I'd be like, "Okay." Like, I remember 7 years ago, I got kicked out of Disneyland for grabbing the kid off the Indiana Jones ride and screaming, "This is what they think of you." And people are like, "Wow, how do you feel today?" I feel the exact same fucking way, you ingrates.
It's like the last.
You are the leeches of culture, and you should feel bad about yourselves.
Oh Lord, he's at the Enchanted Tiki Room again.
They say the tiki room. They talk about Pele. You know what Pele's the goddess of on top of volcanoes? Fucking. She is the goddess of fucking.
And I think Walt knew.
Yeah. I think everybody knew. Why do you think tiki rooms were popular? They were places where people could fuck. And that's the thing you got to understand. Anything that a culture or a generation holds on to, it's about fucking. Cars, fucking. Trains, fucking. Tiki rooms, music, fucking. All of it. So when people are like, "Oh, do we really have to be such a sex centric culture?" I'm like, all culture's about fucking, okay? I don't know what to tell you. There's other parts to it. Some parts have less to do with fucking than others. But trust me, without fucking, there's no need for a civilization and a culture.
Well, I think it's the reason why, we as a global society are slowly moving closer to the left, is because so many sex workers are fucking out and out leftists or further than that now.
Yeah. Because you know why? Because they're looking at the Netherlands and looking at that system and going, "Oh man,
we could live that way.
That would be great. That would be awesome, compared to what we have now,
And if you don't believe me, Jack, you're of the generation that you got to choose. You have probably seen both a VCR and a Betamax tape, right?
In the same room, yeah.
Well, I'm saying you have seen both formats.
Motherfucker, I have also seen Laserdisc, and I also remember the little VCRs with the motherfucker came up on top.
So you know where I'm going. You know where I'm going with this, right? You've seen Betamax.
Oh yes,
Betamax was better,
but it wasn't as cheap to produce. So porn went VHS.
Yeah, so VHS stuck around. Laserdisc, better picture than DVDs.
Not as much porn. Not as much porn.
Why did the internet take off? Because people found out you could look up boobs and you could see them.
Yes.
So while I agree that there is a tad bit of hypersexualization at some points, make no mistake, pussy and bussy runs the world.
Oh yeah. No. It's the whole reason civilization exists.
to,
All of
to
it, the
come.
whole thing. Yeah. Absolutely. There's no culture. There's no culture until like you can have sex in it.
Why did people make art?
To either attract people through sex, to depict sex, or depict things that felt like sex.
Why did people play music?
Same thing.
It's I understand not everyone wants to have sex. That's fine.
Yeah.
But
you gotta understand that is the glue that holds a culture together. Porn went Blu-ray. Exactly, George.
yeah,
Exactly.
HD DVDs were the better fucking quality, but they were data intensive and expensive. Blu-rays, on the other hand, were not.
Yeah, the player was expensive, but the media was cheap.
Yeah, and you can just play Blu-rays on your PS3. Hell, that's the only reason why it existed.
PS2s, and yes.
No,
Yeah.
no,
Oh
it
wait.
was PS3.
You're right. PS3. PS2 was the
PS2.
DVD. Yeah,
Yep.
was the
But
divda.
the divda, if you will. Like, and now we have like multiple fucking like pick your own like you literally can look at your favorite porn star and they probably have a site that you can buy specific clips of them doing whatever specific thing you want. And that's slowly but surely killing the studio industry and
Yep.
adult film. Like, did VCDs ever get any traction in the US? No.
No,
I don't even know what that
not
is.
Really.
Ooh, a laser disc. The cheat's playing something on a laser disc. Everything's better on laser disc. Whatever happened to the laser disc? Laser disc.
Yes.
Hey, that's how we got anime, baby. Laserdisc.
I think that's the only reason why one of my friends, like I ever watched Laserdisc, is because one of my friends was a weeb, and that was like the only fucking way you could get most anime back then.
Yep. Yeah, basically what you had. Look, because if you had a Laserdisc player, you clearly had VCR as well. So you would hook the Laserdisc up to TV and then record from the VHS onto the VHS and then sell them for $10 fucking a pop to your buddies. Hey, I got a movie here. It's called Akira. You want to see it? It's a fucked up thing from Japan. Although, man, the funny thing is the series that everyone fucking watched that I was like, I cannot get into this. Was
okay.
Kamayurgi Orange Road. Everyone.
I'm with you.
That was the big seller. That was the fruits baskets of its day. That was Love Hina of its day.
Because when I was growing up, when I was 8, when you were, whatever age.
Probably 19.
I was looking for Trigun and fucking Vampire Hunter D.
Yeah.
Hell
yeah. Like that, the good shit. Because
your generation of Transformers, I had fucking Vash. I was like, I want to be him. He wears leather coats and he's so
I know. I'm still mad at people like bad mouthing that live action fucking Cowboy Bebop.
It's like people who bitch about the live action Speed Racer. What the fuck did you want?
Yeah, what did you think this was going to be? Because this is exactly the thing. Yeah. I mean,
oh my god, it's so cheesy.
Yes.
Dude, I need you to sit down and watch Speed Racer again. Oh my god, it's so cheesy and bad. Yes.
Yeah.
That's the reason why I was like, I'm happy that the One Piece shit went off on Netflix. I'm happy for One Piece fans. One Piece on Netflix is so good, I almost considered watching the fucking anime, like from the start. But then I realized I probably don't have enough time between now and the heat death of the universe in order to finish it.
I was just
So-
surprised that the live action Cowboy Bebop kept the Big Shot show.
Yeah, for real.
I was okay. I mean, I thought that, like, I will say this. There were some times when I thought the acting could have been hammed up a bit more.
I agree with you.
You know, but if people were like, this is not like the anime, it's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Oh my God, look at
Excuse
this
me?
fucking scene where, like, fucking Spike is hanging upside down in front of a sign and a giant pair of boobs smoking. I'm like, yeah, it looks like Cowboy Bebop. What the hell's wrong with you?
Like, what?
Yeah, why are they
Oh.
always cracking jokes? They always did. Like, you don't remember, like that whole thing with the guy in the mask. I'm like, this is perfect.
Yeah,
This is perfect. Like, what? You know, like, what? You know, and then they just shoot him anyway. Oh, that's what he was talking about.
talking about.
Right.
It's again, it's like people bitching about MCU dialogue. Like, brother, do you not know what media you're consuming right now? This ain't Shakespeare, baby.
Yeah, you're looking for Shakespeare on a cereal box. And by the way, even Shakespeare ain't Shakespeare, okay? You know what I mean?
Real talk, people need to fucking realize this. Shakespeare was the Michael Bay of his day.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far.
He exploited real life events, hammed up the sex, hammed up the comedy, and
yeah, but he was good at it.
Well, yeah, I'm not. He's fucking William Shakespeare.
What I'm saying is that William Shakespeare could put a story together.
Yes,
that automatically makes him not the Michael Bay of his day. Now, Bruckheimer, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I personally believe that William Shakespeare was fucking gay. As the
oh no, there's no doubt in my mind. You know, it's like the one thing, you know, like the thing was though, the reason a lot of his sonnets are about dudes is because whether or not he was gay, he was paid to do those by rich women.
Yeah.
You know, for their husbands so that they could recite them, you know.
Yeah.
That kind of jazz. So it's like, oh, he's writing these all about men. It proves that he's gay. And I'm like, well, maybe the content does, but not the fact that he's so good at it means that he's very good at putting himself in the mindset of being attracted to men.
Yes.
What that means, we do not know exactly. But I'm pretty sure he thought about sucking cock if he didn't actually do it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure he did.
Yeah.
Marvel isn't Romeo and Juliet. What were you expecting? Well, the thing is, yeah, and I got to be honest. To be fair, it is. It is. Marvel Comics. A lot of the Marvel movies are written with the same intention of the more accessible Shakespeare stuff. You know, like Romeo and Juliet, Much Ado About Nothing. We're not talking about like Merry Wives of Windsor or oh God, or
Othello.
or Othello. Yeah, although to be fair,
Othello was the original Oscar bait.
well, Othello's really good.
I agree.
You know, let me put it this way. Loki and Iago have a lot in common.
Yes.
You know, were women into Yuri a long time before I thought? What are you talking about? Women have always been into that. Guys are into it. Women are into it. Women are also into watching guys fuck. I don't know if you know this. Yaoi wasn't read by dudes. Well, not by and large.
Well, some dudes.
Some dudes, I
So-
did,
so-
but like I was an outlier.
And I know this.
There are a
'cause I
few
was
of
there.
us, but not, a lot.
Saint to be saying saying I had a friend complain about the live action Ed and Bebop. I finally had to stop in mid rant and say that's how Ed was in the anime. If she was real, you'd want to punch her.
Yeah. I didn't
didn't-
think that they ruined her. I was like, well, that seems like a valid live action interpretation.
Here's the thing, though, that sticks out to me. I never looked at Ed as feminine.
Well, I knew Ed was a girl.
See, for me, even when I watched it the first time, I always read Ed as kind of I always read Ed as a boy, and then later in life, when I finally discovered things about myself,
Like I never read Ed as male. I always thought Ed was read Ed as female.
Ed for me, Ed for me read more like a femboy. Does that make sense? Like a very eccentric twink.
I see is the thing. Like I was used to that image, the image of that Ed comes from, basically being really, 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 really fucking like hyper tech girls.
I don't disagree with you on that.
That's what. So when it was like, her name is Ed, and she acts, I'm like, yeah, she's a girl.
Which is funny because
and when
Ed
they were
also,
like, well, we're just gonna say that she's genderqueer in live action, I was like, yeah, that works.
Yeah, because that's the thing. There's a lot of people who have only ever seen Ed as a girl. There's a lot of people who are like me who read him as male, and the reality is this is fucking cyberpunk. Ed's probably not on either of the fucking.
Yeah. As long as we're like in that area, like we're right. It's right. The character that they really changed, however, was Gren. And to be fair, I understand why a lot of people were upset with that because you took away Anime Girl's sad boy. You took away an anime sad boy. Like they're gonna get mad about that. But with that said, I didn't mind the character that they created for the show.
No. Yeah, Shakespeare did leave his wife for a guy so he could shack up with him for a while. But they were roommates.
They were roommates. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, that answers that. But I didn't. Yeah, there was a lot of cowboy. Okay, I will say this though.
There is legit complaints about that show.
Oh yeah. I think my biggest one being that Vicious is not as terrifying at all.
No.
He is a very interesting take on the character, but he's not as cool as the anime version.
No.
The anime version is terrifying.
Yeah, it's like Vicious would show up and you'd just be like, "Oh, I guess Spike's gonna basically die now."
Yeah. Because Vicious showed up. That meant obscene amounts of violence was going to happen.
Yeah.
And so to have to learn about this character and his weaknesses before we see how terrifying he can be, I think kind of undercut that character because in the original Cowboy Bebop, when we first fucking kills that gang boss and then puts him in the opera box.
Yeah.
And you're just like, what? He did what?
Bathroom. I'll be right back, but I want to talk about Sephiroth in this case.
Oh, okay.
So.
A mad bomber is terrorizing. Hola, amigos, all you bounty hunters out in the system.
Oh, man.
Alright, ever since I was a kid, I'd get random nosebleeds. Didn't matter where I was at the time, in the middle of class, on an airplane, taking a shit at my grandpa's house, you name it. They would just happen randomly. I'd have
gotta
no
grab a
control
drink.
over it. And if I was at home, it was no big deal. You just fashion yourself a little nose tampon out of toilet paper and you go about your day. But what the fuck do you do when you get a nosebleed at a public pool? Panic. That's what you do. Probably the worst possible place you could get a nosebleed. Except maybe like a church, like at a baptism or something.
He's the devil!
So I'm at the pool with my cousin, and we're all amped up, and we're about to jump in. So I do this sweet Axel from the Streets of Rage jump kick into the pool, and when I rise to the top, blood just starts gushing out of my nose. Just a spontaneous nosebleed in the middle of a fucking public pool. Jesus Christ, I'd rather shit in the pool than bleed in it. I'd rather spell my name out in turds in the pool than get a nosebleed. Everybody's rushing out of the pool like the water's on fire. I climb out of the side all lightheaded and shit. Somebody kill me! I need a fucking blood transfusion. I'm O positive. Oh God. If I die at this pool, somebody's gotta take care of my Tamagotchi I got at home. Then this dude comes out of the middle of nowhere and smashes like 50 napkins in my face.
What happened? You get shot in the face? I think somebody shot him in the face. Do you have AIDS? On a scale of 1 to 10, how much AIDS do you have?
The whole pool is totally evacuated at this point. They got the hazmat people from E.T. coming in. I'm half conscious from blood loss. The pool looks like the beaches of Normandy. Everybody's weekend's ruined. And I'm like, oh, come on. There's chlorine in a pool for a reason. Jesus Christ, I pissed in the pool a couple weeks ago. Nobody even cared. Now there's a couple of quarts of human blood in there and everybody wants to freak out. Never went back to that pool after that. I don't think I was welcome. They're like, whoa, buddy. I know we're a public pool and all, but we have to have some kind of fucking standards. You can piss in there, maybe even a half a shit, but we're not doing any nasty nose blood. We don't want hepatitis, all right?
You got AIDS?
Bruce,
What
dude.
how much AIDS do you got?
God. Oh, whoops. Hold on. There we go. Okay, we're back. Yeah. So there was a lot of sometimes fan complaining, and I'll be honest, like anime fans are the pickiest fucking of the picky.
I don't know. Maybe back in the day, but I feel like Star Wars fans and Marvel fans are more fucking picky and needlessly critical.
Yeah.
Because, like, just because you thought this shit was the height of cinema / literature does not mean it was.
Well, like I get annoyed when I see people hating on something just to hate on it, or for some reason that they can't articulate but are trying to articulate anyway in public. You know, in an open forum, it's like, do you maybe want to run this by some people first? Because this doesn't make any sense.
Maybe sit down, write your thoughts out, and like before you hit send.
Yeah, like when it comes to the Marvel movies, it's like, oh my God, dialogue's all cheesy. I'm like, dude, it's superhero comics. Go back and look at the earlier ones. They're just as fucking cheesy.
Well, and it's like they say this shit and then they watch like DC films be super serious and like no joke dialogue and fucking hate that too.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, when it comes to pure entertainment value, the DC movies, with the exception of like the Suicide Squad, they're not as entertaining. They are not as fun. You know, maybe you don't want. Maybe that's what you were going for, but like, I don't know how to say it. Marvel was always better at straddling the line between gritty realism and 4-color.
Yeah.
When DC went gritty, I don't know how to say it other than I cannot. Like, Sue Dibney dies, right? And I'm like, we're talking about Elongated Man's wife. We're shitty Dr. Fantastic.
Whoa. whoa, whoa, whoa. That's whoa, whoa. Hey, he's not
Oh,
like
dude,
Reed Richards
fucking
and
no. Let's be
Soperable.
honest. Elongated Man is second fiddle to Plastic Man. Okay,
All right, you got a point there.
you know, like, come on. You know, especially when they did that. Like, oh no, I'm really into Elongated Man. Like, no, nobody thought that. And I'm also gonna say this, with the exception of the Batman and Superman Rogues Gallery, the majority, actually, no, I'll go back on this. A lot of the villains from the DC universe just stink. They just suck. Prometheus, bite me. Like, that guy, who cares about him? You know, what does he do? Oh, he wears armor. What else?
He's got like this baton that like shocks people.
Yeah. Like how to put it? If Marvel wanted to make Shocker a real supervillain, they would probably try to do that first, so that when he does something, it matters.
Well, okay, here's the problem though. A lot of DC villains, if you actually made them threats, people would not like them. Like, I've heard so many times from multiple people, what if they did a Mad Hatter Batman film? I'm like, I don't think you want that story told on screen.
Correct.
Like, because let's break down what the Mad Hatter actually is as a character when you get dark and gritty.
Yeah, he's a pedophile.
He's a serial killer pedophile that hunts exclusively blonde-haired girls because they look like his Alice. And then when they aren't his Alice, he fucking murders them.
Yeah.
Boy, that would be sell-fucking tickets, let me tell you.
And it's like, if you want to make that movie, you totally can.
Oh,
but
yeah.
let's not pretend what that movie is. Like, the Batman, you have to go darker than the Batman.
And that's the thing. You know what I loved about the Batman? Batman actually became a fucking hero.
Yeah. He is. He's a good guy by the end of that movie. He's not just a vigilante. He's actually a hero by the end of that movie. I didn't realize that's what I wanted until it happened.
Yeah, I the first time I watched it, I'm not ashamed to say this. The first time I watched it, I started crying.
Yeah, I teared up
because he was like, Gotham doesn't need a vigilante. It needs a hero.
Yeah, it's like,
and I was
right,
like,
Batman, you gotta go in there and save the kids. Come on.
And I'm like, see, for me, when that happened, I went, okay, DC, this is what you have to do.
Exactly.
This is the level of work that you have to work with. You don't need to make Superman into some fucking alien guy that doesn't understand humans. You need to make him into a dumb Midwestern guy that does the right thing just because it's the right thing, not because he thinks. Because he knows he'll succeed.
He needs to be the big blue Boy Scout. Come on, that's Superman. You know, dun, 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 dun,
yeah.
You know.
People need hope.
Yes.
That's the reason why I'm like, no, if DC wants to succeed, they have to lean into that phrase right there. People need hope. Because if you don't do that, you're gonna have the same fucking problem you have with the Snyderverse, which is like your characters are fucking unrelatable.
Yeah.
Because that is inherently a problem with DC heroes.
They're too distant and godlike.
For real. Like, Superman can fucking whoop Apocalypse ass every day of the week, unless Marvel wrote it.
Unless, why would Marvel write a Superman story?
Well, with Apocalypse.
Apocalypse is DC.
I'm fucking thinking of the super mutant from X-Men. Purple lips guy. Fuck, I can't remember his name right now. I thought it was Apocalypse.
Purple Man?
No, not the Purple Man.
X-Men. Oh, the character Apocalypse.
Yes.
Oh. Oh, okay. I'm
I was
like,
like,
what? You know, like,
yeah, like,
okay.
yeah, like Superman could probably take down Apocalypse by himself.
Oh, fuck yeah. Like, he could take Darkseid down by himself.
Right. So you're like Apocalypse. Yeah, Apocalypse has purple lips. Thank you.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. Sorry, I was like, the planet Apocalypse? Like, what
No.
are we talking about? Do you mean Darkseid? You know, like, okay.
But you know what I mean, where it's like Disney's heroes are not people, they're gods. They can, their threat levels are fucking massive.
Yeah.
So you have to humanize them.
Yes.
It's not like on Marvel where you have to build the power of the heroes to meet the villains. You have to bring the heroes down to the villains level in DC.
Yeah, the model of Captain America actually kind of follows through a lot of Marvel comics, which is normal guy gets superpowers.
Yeah.
DC, half of those guys start out as gods.
Yeah. Like occasionally you'll like the story goes like man finds artifact, becomes immensely powerful, but most of them start out super powered. Batman isn't a god. Okay, Batman does not have superpowers. You're right.
Batman's the exception.
When I just
in the DC universe in many ways.
I will go further with this. Batman doesn't have superpowers. But why is every super afraid of him?
Yeah, because he's smart. He's extremely smart and tenacious.
Yeah.
You know, like I was, oh man, one of the things about like Arkham City that I was like, no, perfect, was that Mr. Freeze fight.
Yes.
Because when you think about it, you're like, oh shit, Freeze has got like legitimate superpowers.
Mm-hmm.
He's in a giant robot suit and he fires ice beams at people. And in that fight, they're like, yeah, Batman, you're a dude. You are a dude. You cannot beat Freeze in a fist fight. You just can't do it. Why? Because he's in robot armor. You know, like you gotta outthink him.
Yeah.
You know, like I was like, oh, that's what made that fight so good. Because you're like, oh crap. I used to be able to just beat people up. Now what do I do? You know, and just so you're running around just avoiding him. You're like, wait, there's a fucking a heat valve over here.
Yeah.
Open
but
it.
like, but also like, you know, he has a fucking bat cave on Arkham Island. That's because Batman is prepared for everything.
Yeah.
And it's because he has Joker as his villain, because when you fight Joker constantly, you need to be prepared.
You got to be prepared
anything.
for whatever the fuck happens. Because
yeah,
there's another guy who has no superpowers, yet every other villain seems to kind of like be a little scared of him.
Yeah.
You know, and it's all because he is as unpredictable as Batman is.
Yeah. Well, it's not even like with other villains, they have a goal. What's Joker's goal?
Joker's goal is just fuck with Batman.
It's to get the bat to laugh.
Yeah. Get him to see his side of things. It's the only thing that the Joker really does. And so he's incredibly personal to Batman. It's also why I didn't like the Batman meets Superman animated film. That was one of the things about that film I didn't like. Because it's like, I get putting the Joker up against Superman because he's unpredictable, but like, let's be real. You know, let's be real. Like, if the Joker was going to get Superman, he'd have a much better plan.
Well, even beyond that, Injustice, I think, had the best like Joker Superman encounter because it's how it would fucking end. Joker gasses Superman into thinking Lois Lane, a pregnant Lois Lane, was Doomsday. And it wears off when he gets into outer space and starts throwing Doomsday into the sun, and he slowly changes into Lois.
Yeah.
But that's too easy. Joker knows that's too fucking easy. Like, and it's a cheap laugh. So, like, Batman, on the other hand, won't give him the fucking satisfaction. Like,
Superman, on the other hand, has got to take it personal.
oh yeah, Superman's not gonna fucking like.
You can fuck with Superman, but you fuck with who Superman cares about. A different side of Superman comes out. That's where it's like, all right, that's it. No more fucking playing around.
This clown has got to die.
Go. He has got to go. You know, yeah, you could do really cool stories where you put Joker up against Superman.
Oh, of course.
You know, but
you can't have Superman
can't be doing it all the time.
Yeah. Well, you can't have Superman like you can't have Joker beating Superman. That's just not how that works. Like, Joker should get his ass kicked every time he actually has to fight Superman, but he sure as hell could be.
Yeah, he can make that hard.
Yeah,
you know, he can make getting there hard. Like, actually, oh god, my favorite like Superman cross with Batman thing was the animated series Batman, where everyone thinks Batman's dead, and Tim Drake convinces Clark Kent to pretend to be Superman. I'm sorry, pretend to be Batman.
And fight Bane.
Yeah, and fight Bane. And the whole time Robin's like, you gotta do what Batman would do. You know, it's like, you know, like Superman trying to act tough, and you realize Superman is tough, but he don't act tough.
He doesn't know how to be intimidating.
Yeah, he doesn't know how to be intimidating. He's a straight up fight kind of guy. You know, so he doesn't know how to Batman things. And that episode was great. You know, that whole scene where it's like, kick over the desk. Why would I do that? It would cause property damage. You know, it's what Batman would do. You know? Kick over the desk. You know?
I remember the Batman Punisher crossover. Punisher actually scared the Joker. Yeah, because Punisher knows the joke, but he doesn't think it's funny. Batman doesn't understand the joke that Joker's trying to tell.
Yeah.
Punisher gets it, and he does not think it's funny.
Well, yeah. The Punisher would not be scared of a guy like Joker. He'd be worried about him, but he wouldn't be scared of him because he knows all he has to do is put a bullet in him.
Yeah,
you know, because he's the fucking Punisher. He could kill the Joker. It's just a matter of getting that job done. So he's not scared of him, you know, because what can the Joker do to him that the war didn't already?
Yeah, it's like Joker. Oh, Frank, I've poisoned your entire. And then Frank busts in and
yeah, just you know, there's not a lot to that, you know. It's an interesting character study, though, you know, to contrast the two characters because they are very different.
Well, see, we already have a Jigsaw for Punisher, so.
You mean the real Jigsaw, not Zaz?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like the actual Punisher villain's Jigsaw.
Yeah, the real Jigsaw, an actual character named Jigsaw as opposed to Zaz. Like that was my problem with Zaz. I'm like, you're trying to be Jigsaw, and I can tell. You know, like fuck it, this isn't working. This is coming off like It was like Hush, right?
Oh God, here we go with Hush again.
I did not like Hush at all.
I love Hush.
I did not. I thought he was stupid. I'll be honest, I think a lot of the 90s and after fucking Batman villains are stupid.
Really?
Not all of them, but most of them. Yeah.
I mean, obviously we exclude Harley Quinn because, like,
Yeah, Harley Quinn
obviously-
is one of the exceptions. You know, Harley Quinn was a great character. I even have a thing for Electrocutioner and the KG Beast. You know, like I'm also kind of okay with those guys because I'm like, I don't know about these guys make good Batman villains, but they're good like superpowered villains. You know, they're good tech powered villains. That's good.
like, what about Orca? You know, the killer fucking whale. he's good, right?
Is
Great
he a
White
Flash
Shark?
villain? Well, like, all right, King Shark, I think first appeared in the Flash.
He did. But there's another shark.
So he's
Remember,
not a
Great
Batman
White Shark.
villain. What?
You're forgetting about Great White Shark. So imagine if, like, you did the Black Mask, but instead of wearing a mask, his face is falling off due to like frostbite and shit, and he's pale.
Well, I guess.
I-
Does he part shark or something?
He's got sharp teeth.
Mm.
I...
I also thought Azrael was overrated.
Oh, I 100% agree with you on that. I don't know what people saw in that character. Like, if you just want to read Spawn, go read fucking Spawn. Like,
Yeah.
it's okay.
Well, there was another Batman villain at one point, I think called Grim Reaper. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I believe you.
Yeah.
Oh, there's one we're forgetting that actually did work.
Reaper. He was just called Reaper. Yeah.
Phantasm. That's one that really works. But is Phantasm a villain?
Well, great antagonist. The only problem
Yes.
I really have with Phantasm is that after that animated film, I'm like, okay, here's the problem with Phantasm. That character's story is just completely finished.
Yeah.
You know, we can't really. What are we going to do with her again? You know, like this is not intended to be a recurring character. And I liked that character.
Yeah.
But it doesn't.
Because it was like the anti Batman Bruce Wayne. Like, Bruce Wayne was the girlfriend this time that got broken up with because they
Yeah.
were obsessed with vengeance.
Yeah. Yeah, Reaper. Oh God.
And I think Bane technically was like, Bane was kind of around in the 80s, wasn't he?
No, he's a 90s villain. He's pretty thoroughly 90s.
All right. So
I
Bane.
also did not like the original Bane at all.
really?
Really. I thought he was stupid.
Okay. So we're talking about Nightfall Bane, right? Like when he breaks the bat.
When he
and everything.
breaks the bat. Yeah, who cares?
At that point, nobody had gotten even close to doing that to bats, though.
Yeah, but it wasn't going to matter, so why do I care?
Well, this was before we knew, like, that comic. Well,
It was
had to learn
after the
again.
death of Superman.
I was about to say, we had to learn again that comics really never have any finality.
Yeah, and I knew this already because I read X-Men. How many times did fucking Phoenix come back? Oh my fucking God, is she dead again? Good God, just keep her one way, okay? I'm tired of fucking Jean Grey dying every 6 months. This is ridiculous.
Especially when y'all fucking kill Elektra and keep her dead. What the fuck?
Yeah, what the fuck is that? What the shit is that fuckness? And like, okay, so when they killed off Rogue, when they brought her back, I was like, okay, this actually works really well. And but that only happened once. It only happened once, but I will say this, Jesus Christ, why did it take you 2 years to fucking resolve that goddamn plot? I mean, I don't think I would have minded if it had been 24 months of really good comics, but it was more like 4 to 6 really good comics stretched out into 24.
Yeah, I was about to say, you know why they stretched that out, because they had to sell 24 fucking comics.
Well, like,
too,
let
yeah.
me put it this way. Even the introduction of Gambit is a really lackluster comic.
Yes.
It's a real, like, average, almost put it on the trash fire kind of issue.
Gambit got saved by the fucking 90s.
By the cartoon. Yes.
Yeah.
He did. Because at that, someone saw the potential of that character and then, used it. And then, like, the comics kind of caught up.
Yeah.
But the introduction to Gambit kind of sucked. The transformation of Psylocke always annoyed me. Because I was like, could we just...
Can we have one Asian character who's not evil,
yeah,
please?
could we just... no, it wasn't even that. It wasn't even that. It was the fact that it's a white woman turned into an Asian woman. That was the part that I was like, look, let's just get rid... If we don't want to have Betty Ross and we want a new Psylocke, fine. That's fine. Let's just do that. Why is there all this other bullshit? And the answer was because they were tying it into the continuity and then everything. Yeah, but it was part of that didn't, it was one of the parts of it that really didn't work for me. And that forever tainted forever tainted the character for me, because I was like, oh, what do you think of Asian Psylocke? And I'm like, I hate her. There's nothing wrong with how to put it. I don't mind the character.
Wrong with making a white woman Asian.
Yeah, there's a lot wrong with her origin.
Yeah.
What do you mean, Psylocke versus the Shadow King? Oh, no. Don't come up to me with that shit. The real fight was between the Shadow King and Storm.
Mm-hmm.
That was the real shit. That was the real stuff. Also, by the way, because everyone seems to forget this, where does Storm come from?
Wakanda, motherfucker.
Exactly. She comes from the Wakanda. She is a mutant from Wakanda.
Oh, she's more than a mutant, baby. She's a queen.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she became queen of Wakanda at one point. Yeah, I remember that shit. Yeah, Betsy Braddock. That's who the thing is I actually like the character Betsy Braddock.
Yeah.
So it was
bad.
like but when they brought Psylocke back, it's like she was this completely other character. So I was like, well, everything I like about the old Betsy Braddock, you removed. And everything about this new Psylocke is tainted by the fact that she's reincarnated Betsy Braddock, who's now Asian for some stupid reason. So that made me mad.
I'm like, okay, it's comics. We can be stupid, right?
Oh, yeah, you could be stupid.
All right, let's just have both of them be separate characters.
Yeah, that's what I thought they should have done in the first place.
Like, that should be the reincarnation and the separation, is that Psylocke and Captain Britain were two different people.
Yeah. Yeah, except was Betsy Braddock ever Captain Britain?
Yeah, she did
She
it for
was?
like a little bit. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was about to say it couldn't have been that long.
She had a whole night.
Unless it was like after the 90s, because at that point I
think it was after the 90s.
It was after the 90s I had completely fallen off.
Yeah. This is during them times where we had like infinite multiple crises on multiple dimension Earths.
I was kind of glad that they brought back Excalibur. in the form
Yeah.
of what was it, the Marauders?
Yeah.
You
That
know?
shit was pretty good.
Yeah. I was like, oh hey, look, it's Lockheed and fucking Shadowcat and the fucking rest of the gang, like all for having space adventures. That's kind of fun, you know.
Speaking of a book you should read, I don't know if you picked it up yet, but Last Ronin.
Nope.
Oh, all right.
I
I
have
know
not.
I know you're not a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fan because it kind of came after your childhood.
Okay.
But did you ever read the original, like comic that was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Yeah, totally.
Did you like that?
I did.
All right. What if I told you there's like a entire story that's kind of that makes the bridge between that dark gritty comic and also like kind of goes into that more cartoon Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but makes it like incredibly cyberpunk and dystopian. It's so fucking good. It's like if the Dark Knight.
It's Michelangelo.
God, yes. That's the
Is that like the reveal? That's Michelangelo, you know?
Well, like, okay, so I read it, and when I was reading the first part, sorry, spoilers for y'all, but whatever, I don't give a shit. When I was reading it, I was like, oh, this is Mikey. Like, because he's having conversations with the other turtles, and I was like, which it speaks to their writing because each conversation bubble sounded like the turtle that like Leonardo sounded like was saying shit Leonardo would say, Donatello was saying shit Donatello would say, and so on and so forth. And people were like, oh my god, can you believe it's Michelangelo? I was like, it could have been no one else except Michelangelo. Think about it. The story wouldn't have worked with Raph. The story wouldn't have worked with Donatello or Leo. It only works with Mikey because he's the youngest. But it is so good. You should really give it a read. It's it tickles a lot of my fire points when it comes to like dystopian cyberpunk vibes. It's really good. But yeah, fuck. I think I'm tired.
Yeah,
I had something else, but
yeah, I do gotta get up early tomorrow. I have to
man.
unfortunately do that.
Ugh,
I know.
the human shit. Ugh.
Yeah, I gotta do that civil duty. So is the Last Ronin like specifically, that's like pure TMNT universe, right?
Yes.
Okay. Because I'm seeing a lot of pictures of him and like with Marvel and DC characters.
Well, the mutant, the turtles have been around, but it's also written by Kevin Eastman, so
nice.
Exactly.
Nice. Nice.
I don't know how else to
well, at that point,
book.
I expect it to be weird, but very focused on the like ninja aspect.
It is
the Japanese like samurai ninja film aspect of it.
Basically, this shredder is basically like Saburo Arasaka from fucking Cyberpunk.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, this is like Mikey's gonna get revenge for something. You know? Oh, okay. All right. Sounds good. All right. Well, I'm gonna get some rest. John, it was great talking to you as always.
Of course.
I want to thank everybody. Bronson Wright for all his donations. George Version for his donation. Yishify for his. I really, really appreciate all of it. Keeps me coming back. Believe me. Donations keep me coming back. It's great. I love it.
Also, the fine conversations we have with chat.
And the fine conversations we have with everybody. The real reward. The real reward. Because the money, that comes at the end of the month. You know, right now it's just digital cash that can't be done nothing with. But the conversations between people, hey, that's the real reward. I was gonna originally play Baldur's Gate 3 on this damn thing, but then other things have probably better.
Yeah,
because I can always do that, right?
Right. But all right. Well, I guess we're saying goodbye.
Yeah, I guess we're saying goodnight. Ave Disco Inferno. Remember to wash your ass. Remember, Satan, I love you very much, and hail